Speaking about comparables, I want to just highlight that a bit more and go into more detail on what exactly a comparable school might be. So for example, UCLA wouldn't care about your offer from Fordham because it's on the opposite coast, not the same region, lower ranked school. But UCLA and USC are much more comparable. But you say that's a reasonable framing?
Oh yeah.
Or feel free to throw out a better one.
I mean, it's true that schools will take, to the extent that you have any kind of actual ties to the area, schools will take offers from other schools in the region, more seriously. Now, if you don't have any connection to UCLA, then there's no reason why they wouldn't treat an offer from Fordham as being a potential real competitive offer, because it's not a huge gap. I mean, UCLA is obviously higher ranked than Fordham, but it's not, they're not like on completely different tiers or anything like that. Obviously, an offer from USC would be much more useful for you in trying to get into UCLA than one from Fordham. But one from Fordham, could help as well. It's kind of within the range. If you can, the key thing here, I think, is convincing a school that you really want to go there, because they don't want what they don't want is to give you an acceptance and then have you not go there, because that hurts their so-called yield, rate. And that you will only go there for the right price. You have to convince them of both of those things, because they don't want to waste an offer on you because that hurts them. But on the other hand, you don't want to pay more than you have to pay to go there, because you're going to have to make up the money that you pay to them on the back end. And one of the aspects of this entire business, of course, is that there's a tremendous amount of uncertainty regarding what the back end is going to look like. You don't know what the legal economy is going to look like in a few years. You don't know what kind of grades you're going to get in law school. You don't know a lot of things that it would be great to know, but unfortunately there's no way to know them ahead of time. So that means the things that you can control, how much you are paying on the front end, is something that you have to really throw a lot of intellectual resources into doing your best to maximize, right? I mean, I often tell prospective students, when you are raising your LSAT by 2 or 3 points, you are paying yourself potentially literally hundreds of thousands of dollars to do that. If you think of it as a job, you could be easily paying yourself $500 an hour to study for the LSAT, right? Instead of thinking of it as like, why am I putting so much effort into this? It is a learnable test that can fantastically change both the cost of law school to you on the front end and the benefit that you get on the back end.
And I could not agree more.
So, it's just something that it's remarkable that there's this thing that is the most important thing, which you actually have control of, because there's a lot of other things, of course, you don't have control of. People ask things like, well, how can I improve my extracurricular activities, like the year they're applying to law school or something like that? It's like, you can't really, unless you're going to win a gold medal in the Olympics or something. I mean, you basically can't, you can't make much of a difference in regard to the things that law schools care about. Law schools care about LSAT scores and to a lesser extent GPAs. Unfortunately, for most people, there's usually not that much they can do about their GPA by the time they're applying to law school. Well, maybe they can do something on the margin, but LSAT they can do a great deal about. And again, the thing is, you are in an extraordinarily important and fraught negotiation when you're going through this process. The one thing I would emphasize to all the potential students who are listening to this podcast right now is the following: you are not doing law schools a favor. Law schools are not doing you a favor by trying to get you to enroll. You are doing them a favor by enrolling. They need you. They need your scores and they need your money. Okay, so don't get mixed up about the situation because of the hierarchies that are involved, or you feel like, I'm this mere supplicant, and you're the great prestigious institution. That prestigious institution goes out of business tomorrow if they don't get enough people to sign up. And this is that's a bit hyperbolic, but it's more true than it ever was before, given the tremendously tumultuous state of higher education in the United States right now, and law schools in particular. So, think like a hard-edged negotiator, not like somebody who's just, grateful to be, admitted into the club.
Thanks for tuning into the show. Please subscribe if you haven't done so already to be notified of new episodes as I release them. And feel free to reach out if you need anything at all as you move forward with your prep. I'm happy to help however I can. In the meantime, I wish you all the best and take care.